say you do.
I'll ask you one question.
Mm.
You worked for one of the companies that belong to top 4, let's say, world-known consultancy companies. You worked for local Amazon. You had your own startup then. My question is, what is the number one thing that you hate about entrepreneurship?
That's a good question.
What was the number one thing that?
What is the number one thing that you hate about being entrepreneur?
That I hate
entrepreneurship in general. Yeah.
Okay, pretty simple for bootstrap is cash flow. Yeah, it's the mental the mental weight of sometimes not knowing if you're gonna pay the bills and the salaries at the end of the month. I think it definitely takes a toll, and also it can definitely have an impact on your personal life. So nothing very original, but I confirm what everybody says.
What are the pros and cons of working for international corporation and running your startup?
So, in this period, how I reacted is one of the things I'm doing is also going back to consulting. Something I've been doing at the beginning of my startup to bring in some cash, consulting in online marketing and sales and things like that. Something I have now just resumed. It depends on the corporate. So you have the typical pros and cons. So when you're an employee, you have the stability of your salary coming almost 100% sure at the end of the month, and also you have a structure. You don't have to do everything yourself and all that. Also, you have potentially more impact when you're a larger structure. You just have more impact because of the sheer size. The cons is if you have an entrepreneur mindset. For me, I knew since university, I was going to be an entrepreneur. I didn't know at what stage, but it took me 5 years of employment before I started my company. But I knew it was a matter of time. So when you know it, when you have this deep inside you, and especially once you have started with your first business, it's very difficult to go back. And I've been discussing that with entrepreneur friends. It's like impossible to go back. You just cannot go back. Or if you do, you are not happy, and it's a short-term thing. And that I don't know, because I haven't been in those kind of companies. You have large corporates which have intrapreneur programs, who can accommodate entrepreneurial people, and that exists. I didn't. I had this experience with the e-commerce player, because I joined them pre-launch. I joined them pre-launch, and it went very, very fast. But at some point, it started to look like a corporate. So that's when I started to get bored. But I would say if you have an entrepreneurial mindset, find the right company that will accommodate for this, or join a startup.
Got it. Can you name any companies? You mentioned that you know some companies that, let's say, cultivate this entrepreneurial mindset. Can you name any companies?
I don't know, but you have I forgot, but there are some well-known or famous case studies. I think I'm thinking of Valve, the game developer, which has
Valve,
a very specific
Half-Life 2. Half-Life. Yeah.
Half-Life, yeah. Me with Half-Life 1. Valve has a very almost according to what you read online, and their playbook is there's no management. People self-organize.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if it's really about being entrepreneur, but it's just an alternative way of organizing the collaboration, like Zappos as well. Zappos, and they have this holacracy. But again, it's not necessarily entrepreneurial. It's just a new organizational system.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a concrete example.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Well, it was amazing. So you provided lots of interesting insights. Not everybody is willing to talk about the failure, not talking about the Graven process, as you named it. And answer, let's say, not standard, not convenient questions. So thanks a lot for being an amazing guest. I assume Stefan wants to switch to the Blitz questionnaire. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Of course.
Blitz questions. Okay.
Blitz questions.
He's master of Blitz questions.
Okay, so we have a list of. I'll give you a list of questions, and you have to answer with really quick, right? It's not gonna be a lot,
Okay.
so I'm not gonna.
So can I answer like Donald Trump at each question, or
Yeah.
not that kind of questions? Okay, go ahead.
Not that kind of questions. Yeah, but some of them will be tricky. Okay. What's your strongest skill?
Pragmatism.
Pragmatism. Okay. Okay. Which country would you choose? Thailand, France, or Canada?
For now, Thailand.
Okay, great. What book had the biggest impact on you, and why?
Book. I can share a recent one, which is 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership. It's the best leadership book I have read.
Nice. Who's the author?
I forgot, but they have this training center called the Conscious Leadership.
Mm-hmm.
15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership.
Nice. Okay, entrepreneurship or entrepreneurship?
Entrepreneurship.
Okay. Who do you follow and why?
I follow Andrei Zinkovich because he's the most amazing B2B marketer. He drops value bombs every 11 seconds. So impressed.
Thank you so much.
You should start a fan club of
yeah, we'll start a private group where he will not be invited. We'll just do a fan club. Yeah, and we will post memes about Andre, and maybe he can be like the North Korean dictator, maybe at that level in our fan club.
I agree.
Split, guys.
We can do a set.
And then we go to Split, and we take over Split.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Last question. If you were starting right now and could do one thing differently, what would it be?
I would ensure that I build a product or service that answers a real problem, a hair on fire problem. That is often the advice that you hear. So I would ensure that I'm attacking a very urgent and important problem for my customers before going into building a product.
Gotcha. All right. I have a question though. How would you know that that's an important problem?
You have techniques and frameworks about that. One of them is the lean startup, but yeah, you go by experimentation, by talking to people, as they say, getting out of the building, talking to people, and then iterating fast, and yeah, to reach a product market fit. But you can reach product market fit on a market that's too niche, or you can answer a problem that's not so urgent, that's like a soft problem. And those are, I think, some of the pitfalls that were there from the beginning with Impressius.
Stefan,
Awesome. Where's
your famous question? Dynamo Zagreb or Borussia Dortmund?
No, but I'm not sure if that's for you. I'm not sure if Nicolas. I'm gonna ask him was that Lyon or Marseille?
Oh, you're talking about football?
Yeah.
I don't follow football at all, so.
You see, he's not following.
I know, we are just kidding, because Stefan every time asks me about the football games, about different stuff, so I was just trying to kid him.
We had a blitz with them.
I'm from Paris, so I would say PSG, but I have no idea really.
Cool. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, guys.
It was really awesome to talk to you. I enjoyed the chat. Hope you as well, and hope our listeners also get lots of benefits and insights and ideas from this podcast. So guys, please, if this podcast was insightful for you, leave a comment or leave a question if you have any questions or suggestions, whatever. So we appreciate your feedback, and see you next time.
Bye-bye.
See you next week, guys.
Cheers.